The Washington State Legislature and Governor Bob Ferguson just signed the budget over the next few years. Here are some of the big items that were within said budget and how these may impact you. First on the list is the allotment of money towards affordable housing, roughly $760 million worth going towards the Housing Trust Fund. This has been the single largest investment in the state history for affordable housing, and we need all the housing we can possibly get. Again, I think they're gonna make more headways, making it easier to build rather than just throwing money at affordable housing. Nonetheless, this is still a step in the positive direction. Number two was education and child welfare. They're allocating roughly $240 million dedicated to providing free breakfast and lunch to all public school students, and K through 12 infrastructure receives roughly $1 billion earmarked for constructing and upgrading school facilities. Number three was their commitment to public safety enhancements, allocating roughly $100 million in grant programs established to assist local law enforcement agencies in hiring new officers and addressing the state's low per capita police staffing. This is possibly my most favorite item on the list because we are sorely understaffed from a law enforcement standpoint, especially in the city of Seattle. Number four on the list, transportation and infrastructure. This, unfortunately, doesn't come with good news for the consumer as they doubled down on gas tax. State gas tax will rise by 6 cents per gallon starting in July, with 2% increases after that per year. We already have some of the highest gas prices in the country. This doesn't help that cause, and this impacts everybody who doesn't drive an EV and will impact things like the cost of food and things like that. So that's not a good one for the average consumer. It's also allocated about $1.3 billion towards ferry system improvements too. Number five on the list is tax reform and revenue generation. Perhaps maybe the more controversial parts of the bill. There were roughly $4.2 billion budgeted towards new taxes, specifically in revenue through increased capital gains and estate taxes, and by expanding sales tax to include services like IT support and temporary staffing. For more detailed look on this, you can see exactly where those estate taxes break down per value of that estate. And number six on the list was budget cuts and vetoes. So these didn't make it to that eventual budget, and there are roughly about $2.7 billion in cuts over the next 2 years, affecting areas such as childcare, higher education, health services, and there are roughly 55 provisions that were vetoed by the governor, totaling about $22.3 million in cost. I know this is something his office has touted as trying to reduce spending, but they ultimately still passed the largest spending bill in Washington state history. So what are your thoughts on this? Do you think some of these are going to be beneficial moving forward? Are these hurtful moving forward? What do you think?